Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, come in again. You're very, very welcome. It's great to see you all back today. I trust you enjoyed my last video on Dave Dobbyn and through his song Slice of Heaven. We looked about let's be ourselves in relationships and have a bit of fun. So I trust you found that one encouraging. We're going from there to a bunch of guys, a couple of guys that were lifelong friends, but decided in 1977 that Eddie DeGarmo and DeGarmo Key, who actually grew up in Tennessee, let's form DeGarmo and Key. Now, DeGarmo and Key were pioneers in the Christian rock genre. Absolutely, these guys are very, very significant in the scheme of things. Guys got bands like these guys and Petra in particular. Paved the way for many others to follow. DeGarmo and Key are very significant because, first of all, they're the first Christian rock act to be nominated for Grammy Award. And the song we'll get on to a little while. Their video is put on rotation in MTV, so very, very significant in the scheme of things. They got to know Amy Grant, who was the darling of the Christian rock Christian music era at that time. They got to be opening act for her, so they got a lot of notoriety through that particular tour. Amy Grant a little bit more mellow, DeGarmo and Key a little bit more rocky, and so they kind of went up the crowd for her a little bit. Now, because of that, DeGarmo and Key got signed to Lion and Land Records in 1978. Now, these guys absolutely know who they are, and they absolutely know what they believe, and they wanted to bring that message to the world. And through, I suppose, a bit of progressive rock, incredible big drums and massive keyboards and great vocals actually, and also for a bit of progressive rock, these guys paved the way to show that this is how you can do music in the secular arena, but be Christian at the same time. To actually have a video in MTV rotation is a pretty massive effort, and these guys absolutely did that. And so we might as well get on to the song that got into the MTV rotation now, and I've got the official clip, which is the video, in the description below. The song is 666, came off the 1984 album Communication. Now, 666, you might be thinking, now where do I know that number from? Well, you've got to go to the book of Revelation in the Bible, and this is the mark of the beast. Now, I'm not going to get too much into the theology of all of that. Just know that's not a very not very good stuff that's going on in this particular part of the Bible. And to say that, probably the best way to look at that is to think about the power of evil in this world. Now, interestingly, this has come up a few times in the last few videos, so there must be something in this perhaps. And that is that normally stuff that is bad for you, you get that initial high, that initial excitement about it all, and it's pretty cool. But the long-term effects of that aren't so good. You find yourselves wondering, wow, where'd the last 10 years go? I've been having an absolutely ball and enjoying, but I'm feeling a bit lonely right now. So evil tends to do that. It tends to look at the short-term gain. What can I do to actually get you into my life right now, have a great time, and kind of lose sight of yourself at the same time. That's what evil does. Good, on the other hand, it takes a long-term view, and that is, hey, how you're going to be here for a few years, few decades maybe. And, what can you do to make your life the best it can be? When you get to your 50s and 60s, where life is kind of, when that kind of needs to count, because you're taking stock of where you've been and what you've done, and life's kind of going all right, that's when you want to stand up and actually enjoy life. And you might be thinking, well, Trevor, that's all very, very great, but, what about the now? What about the fact that life is for living and all the rest? Well, absolutely, it is for living. But I would argue to say that, if we live life selfishly, which is what 666 would advocate, first of all, it doesn't take long for people to kind of get a bit suspicious of you and a bit, oh God, I don't really know how to handle this person. And even though it might be fun, the long-term game is gradual. People just gradually withdraw from you, and you don't really want that, do you? You might be thinking it's fun at the time, but when the fun stops and you're in your room on your own, how's that feeling going, and how's that going? And then all sorts of other things creep in to kind of fill that gap in. It could be drugs, it could be sex, it could be alcohol, to try and cover up the fact that life's not going so well, but I'm still having a good time. This is the power that 666 has over people. And in the video, certainly, this is the constant battle of the guy who's constantly confronted with the 666, but rejects it, moves on from it. But look how hard it is for him to escape that world. This is the challenge of the life we live in. And I think the challenge is take the long-term view. What sort of reputation are you having as a person? Are you seeing as being kind and safe, or are you seeing as a bit of a party animal? Party animals don't tend to go well in the long term. And so I think the challenge and warning of this video today is, hey, let's take a long-term view. Absolutely. Have fun. Absolutely. But have it in a way that's going to be sustainable for you as a person. I think this is the challenge of keeping these two things in kind of balance a little bit. So the official clip below for 666. 1987, out came the album D and K, and I've got a live version of Rock Solid. There's always got a live version in there. Now, these guys were absolutely massive in the Christian rock scene. We've got a packed out arena here. We've got absolute conviction of belief being shared. I am rock solid. First of all, I'm rock solid because of my belief, but secondly, I'm rock solid because I've been your friend for years, and we're doing this thing together. How cool is that? And so we've got a live version of Rock Solid. Then we go to 1989, the album The Pledge. We got the official clip of Hand in Hand, and again, looking at this band of brothers, these two guys, and how they've had a career going all the way back from 1977, and how they've been able to do it together and have a pretty good time doing it, get a lot of success, and tour the world. This is absolutely what you can do when you've got your hearts in the right place and the industry takes note of you. So we've got an official clip of that one. As I said, Christian rock pioneers, these guys, and in fact they were inducted into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame in 2011. It's been extremely significant in the scheme of things because these guys, between 1978 and 2006, they had 23 releases, a couple of compilation albums in there as well. So 23 releases is a lot of output right there. Now, DeGarmo apparently is a descendant of Davy Crockett. So there we go. The legendary folk hero of the United States. And Key was a descendant of Francis Scott Key, who was an executive for Ardent Records and a bit of an author in his own right. Now, fortunately, Key left us, Dana Key left us in 2010, complications from an unexpected blood clot. And so that was a bit of a shock to the world when that happened, and it wasn't totally unexpected. So it was so great that the Gospel Music Hall of Fame inducted these two in 2011, just in response to that death, because it was a very significant death in the scheme of things. They also won an ASCAP Vision Award in 2007. So it's great to see these guys being acknowledged by the industries, absolutely, and plus getting the notoriety and the success of the fans as well. And so what can we take out of this video today? I think the main thing is 666, even though it is biblical, I suppose, 666 is kind of known enough in this world to know that it can be a bit of a challenge. The enticement of the short-term pleasure versus the long-term view, and how you balance those two things is the warning of this song today. MTV saw something in this clip as well and put it on their rotation, so there's something in that as well. Almost divine intervention, perhaps, at that point. Because the 1980s were a decade of excess, absolutely. And when it got to 1987 with the stock market crash, it was almost like the market had said, hey, we can't do this anymore. We need to put a stop to it. And a lot of money was lost in 1987, absolutely. So the links to those 1, 2, 3 clips are in the description below, and I've also included my last video from Dave Dobbyn. So if you want to recap on him, feel free. Well, this video marks a bit of a, I suppose, a bit of a milestone. We have got from A to G. Finally done, I reckon. But you know what? The challenge to you guys, catch me out here, because you know, discover the last three videos. We did Anthrax, Christina Perri, Dave Dobbyn, and DeGarmo Key. So there's 4 artists that are kind of remembered down the track. Catch me out. If I've missed one, you think, hey, Trev didn't do these guys. Hey, Trev, why didn't you do these guys? Make a request and say, hey, guys, because I want to try and get everybody I can think of in this series. So if you think, hey, you didn't do these guys, whatever the song is, whatever the artist is, chuck the request at me, put it in the description below. Hey, there's a challenge for you. As my beloved 49 subscribers at the recording of this video, I want to involve you well and truly in this channel. And as I've said a few times already, that, you know, if you do make a request, I'm going to drop the video straight into your particular comment so that you can see it for yourself. So there's a challenge for you today. So we are heading into H next time. So I calculated A to G, that's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's 7 letters done, 7 out of 26. So we're kind of quarter of the way through this series. I mean, we're up to like over 400 videos now, so we've still got a long way to go. But that's okay. I'm really enjoying and I'm enjoying the engagement we've been getting. Next time, we're going to go into the H's with the 3 brothers Hanson. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.